you're judging me. I know you're judging me.
Okay, let's start off with, so you guys started in October, November, you said November,
Yeah,
January,
November the 8th.
So 3 months
so
in.
it kind of started in October.
Okay.
Started late, yeah.
So 3-4 months since the launch, where do you guys see yourself, say this time next year or going forward? What's the plan?
Lisha?
No, you're taking it. I mean,
Am I?
well, I mean,
No,
for
you go first.
For me, as someone that's unemployed, I would love this to become my employment, if that makes sense. That's my plan for it. I'd love to get to a point where I can make this my day-to-day income, if that makes sense. And make sure I keep the balance between. It's kind of echoing.
Yeah, mine's echoing as well.
Oh, okay. Making sure I keep the balance between it, making sure it remains a hobby, if that makes sense. Because I feel like when making something a business, you need to make sure you still find it enjoyable and still find your joy in it before it just becomes something that you just put out for banter. But yeah, for me, definitely keeping the fun in it, helping it grow. I want it to grow into our little happy little world. I still want them on the street, but I want to be happy in our little world. Yeah. I want it to grow into our little family, baby.
Yeah, I think similarly for me, I would like it to grow to a stage where we're reaching a larger audience. We have maybe a larger following as well. I think definitely by a year's time, we're doing a lot of strategic work to be able to kind of market it. So I definitely would hope for some growth there. And yeah, just to bring out some really great content over the next year. I mean, I think the restrictions are kind of the same at the moment. But I mean, if they were to kind of loosen up and change a bit, then maybe we're reflecting that in our content. But yeah, just for the most part, I think similar to Listra about the growth and just wanting to reach a larger audience and yeah, to be able to get to a stage where it is kind of like more of a side hustle that makes money.
Yeah.
But still making it fun, because I think that's the whole point. You need to enjoy it. And the whole reason why we started it was because the two loves of food and interior design, they're passions. So that's the main thing for it to be enjoyable, really.
Yeah, of course.
So for people that are watching this right now and they would like to start a blog, but maybe they're a bit worried because they don't know how it's going to go, or they maybe don't feel like they don't have enough ideas, what advice would you give them to just do it?
I mean, I think I could probably use the example of Karima, because if Karima had probably started this, she beats herself up about it all the time. But like, if Karima had started this way back when, who knows where she could be now? So I think if you're sitting on it, just do it. Just better, no time better than now. In I think in everyone's opinion, just why not? Someone will appreciate your content.
Yeah.
Someone will.
Yeah.
Someone will.
Even if it's just your
might
mom.
not think it. Someone will appreciate your content.
Yeah, I think that's true. Use me as an example. Don't be like me. Don't be a procrastinator. Although I am kind of glad that we started when we did, because I think the direction that I would have gone with the website and the blog and the brand would have been way different. So I'm kind of glad that I waited anyway. But I think, yeah, to give more practical, because I know for me, I appreciated advice that was more practical than just do it. You know, people will love it, some will like it. So I think for practical advice, really hone in your skills for like your social media handles. Don't overwhelm yourself with too many, but if you're thinking about having a blog or a website, Pinterest is really important. Instagram will take a longer time to get a following, but it's good to have kind of a presence on Instagram. But definitely Pinterest is really, really good. If you can do YouTube, do it. I mean, it's something that we're not looking to do at the moment, but because we have video content on our website, it's something that we could do in the future if we want to. And then just really the importance of SEO. I mean, that's just the techie one out of the two of us. I'm more like let's make it fun, let's make it happy. And this is like, let's get that money. And to get that money, you need to really think about what the audience wants. No one wants to read a blog that's about you and that has your face on it. Unless you're famous, no one cares about that. So thinking about what's trending in line with your passion and what you enjoy, how you enjoy being creative, and then kind of molding your content around that. So, if a pasta recipe is trending, or, at the moment that tortilla wrap recipe is trending, where people putting everything in 4 things in a wrap, make a wrap then, but make it different and do something that you enjoy, but kind of use what's trending, because that's going to help you to kind of get more attention. So I think, social media is so important, and the website as well is really important, because the first thing that people will see when they click on the website is going to leave a lasting impression. So that's why we took a while. I mean, we didn't take a while to launch, but that's why we waited a few weeks until we launched, and we've invested in not just using like a free website, but we've invested in like having our own domain and stuff like that, because it gives us a bit more leeway and power to, it's just because people are quite impressed when they see the website. Like, we're surprised because we know that we want to do a lot more to it, but people are quite impressed when they go onto the website, like, wow, like that's really professional, and that leaves a lasting impression. So obviously have the content ready as well, like prepare content, go for it, like I just said, but prepare content and be strategic about it, and then also really work on your website, because people are going to go there, and if you're kind of talking about interior design and aesthetically pleasing things, and your website looks rubbish,
it doesn't make sense. It's not interested. Yeah, that's true.
They're not going to be interested. They'll be like, really, about design, you can't even design your website?
Shade.
Not talking about anyone, by the way. Really not. But I mean, I think with things like Wix and Squarespace, it's so easy to make a lovely looking website now. But I would just suggest that if you're trying to monetize, don't go down the route of places like Wix and Squarespace, because it will hold you back in the future. I think that's true. You probably can say more on that, but
I think when Creamer, when I came to a blog, in my head automatically came to my head, because even for a little bit, a couple of years ago, I had a blog for a little bit. Got bored of it, didn't take off, but I did post a few blog posts. But I went down the Wix route as well, which is the easiest thing to do. It's all the adverts you see, Wix. But Creamer mentioned, so we use WordPress and Bluehost for our website, which actually is it was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, because even when we were trying to post our first post, we were just like, just be easy, just upload it. It was not easy.
So what's the difference between the two? Like, what, because I've heard of WordPress, but I've not really looked into it. I just thought it was like an old school thing. So I just kind of
there's so many, you'll be overwhelmed with the amount of options there are. I think it's crazy how many. WordPress is just one of them. There's hundreds, but with the research that we did and what Creamer suggested was WordPress. So it's been fine so far. We haven't had any issues with it. But yeah, I think what Creamer was saying about, if you want to grow, you could technically transport your website onto like a different domain system that could get monetized instead of just being on Wix and things like that. But to do that would be such a process. Therefore, I think even though it was the hardest thing to do, creating our own website was probably the best in the long run. Investing as well, I think, is blogging. Sometimes you can kind of hope that it's going to be a free ride, if that makes sense, so you don't have to put much money into it. But even me and Creamer have found, like, cool, you can do free trials, you can do the free things, but if you want the best things, you're gonna just have to just pay it. And I think especially the fact that it's 2 of us has made that a lot easier, so you just split the cost. But it's not easy. But I think being confident in what you want to put out, and taking your time to also learn systems, because having a blog is a lot more technical than you might think it is. I know I've learned so much over the last couple of months. I was never particularly, I was a techie person, but just not, I don't know, coach. But just not more so to say. I'm getting
stuck, and I'm always going to list and just saying, how do I do this? How do I upload that? But yeah, like Liz was saying, I think just investing is really important. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a bit more of a cheapskate than Lister is. So I'll say, do we really have to pay for that? Like, can't we just do it manually? Even things like,
yeah.
but even things like social media, we really want to be regular with our posting. I know it's something you've spoken about, Ree, but like, I would really say it helps so much to have like schedulers. Like we have like this thing for Instagram, so it schedules our posts, and we have it for Pinterest now as well. And that helps, it forces you to be consistent.
Yeah.
It will optimize the best time to post out so you can reach not only the ones that are following you at the moment, but you know, potential audience.
I think it's so important. I was listening to a podcast actually on it, and he was saying that you have to put in to get out. And I feel like too many people are scared to put money into the business, just like fear of losing it, I suppose. But then it's like you're shooting yourself in the foot because you haven't put anything into it. You're not getting. You're never gonna get. Yeah, you're not getting that turnaround quicker. So like even like paying for like Instagram ads, for example, to like boost your posts and stuff. That one boost could have like got you a new client. So it's like, and it's not even like a lot compared to what you'd get back. Like obviously how much you're charging. So it's like if you just put in a little bit here and there just to try and boost your page, you can actually get back so much. So I mean, I didn't think about that myself because I was like, I thought like, I could just like free ride, like, do you know what I mean? I don't need to do too much.
100%.
Yeah, but it was only when like I did more research on it, and it was like, no, you actually do have to like make more effort to really like push things. So for me as well, that app you were talking about, like where it schedules your posts, like that's so important because I struggle with like, and it's not even posting. Like I'd post right now, but it's like writing the captions that I struggle with. So I'm like, what on earth am I gonna say under this picture of two people holding hands? Like I don't. What?
Some people have some great captions as well.
I know,
like,
I'm like,
the most
where
captions.
do you get
I'm like, wow.
Like, I need to get this caption book.
Send me the link now because I did it.
Yeah, I think that's true. I was also going to say, sorry, it's come into my mind. We didn't mention it earlier, so we can just edit it back. Just rewind back to the previous question about the direction because we didn't mention it, but one of the things, or two of the things that we really want to do. So for the recipe,
I was like, oh, what are we doing?
So for the recipes and for the food, we would really love to have our own recipe book.
Ooh,
whether it's
that'd be cool.
or whether it's like, obviously a paper would be like the dream, but we'd have to have quite a large volume to have that. So even if we start with just an ebook, we'd be really kind of aiming for that, and maybe in a year's time just to kind of have collated enough recipes to be able to form an ebook. So that's one thing. And then another thing, this I don't know if you want to talk about it in more detail, is that with interior design, just kind of the clientele and the service that we could offer. We've spoken about it.
So she mentioned about, because obviously we have two different things to go from. We didn't want to concentrate one on more than we did the other, but we wanted to offer services for both, and like she's saying with the ebook with the recipes. But for the interior design, especially during this pandemic, we can't just go into people's homes and put things where we want them. So the more so, obviously we know we're eventually going to come out of this pandemic, but we want to put in place a business and a plan that means we can do stuff remotely permanently, if that makes sense. So the plan is eventually to have a sort of consultation sort of session with clients. They will pay us to formulate just like
design plan.
Like a design plan for them, and they'll tell us what they want, give us ideas, give us all they want, and then we will then in return come back with links, because it will be remote. We'll give you links, we'll give you all the tools you need to make the space come together, and we'll be there every step of the way to watch you and help you put it together, is basically the plan. And obviously if we came out of lockdown, we'd do it physically, but for now this would work. We would give you everything you'd need to be able to put the plane together, and we'd sort you out.
And it'll be really cute. Like it'll be like a PDF kind of pack that they'd receive, like their own personalized booklet. So you can kind of show them before shots, maybe some after shots, like we can kind of have dimensions and stuff, and kind of put with Photoshop like some of the pieces together in their room. and just kind of bring it to life a bit. And I think the hardest thing sometimes when you're planning to decorate a space is like finding all the things that you want for that room. But I mean, if they're telling us the kind of thing that they like and what their style is, we've already done all the work, and because we're used to doing it all the time, we just bring it all together for them. Obviously it's up to them whether they buy it or not, but at least
and
they
different budgets as well. People have different budgets. You never know. Like some people don't want to spend as much. They want maybe the quality and the stuff without having to spend a silly amount on it, which we completely understand. Like Cream was saying earlier about like Cream has her own flat obviously, but she's renting, and I live with my parents, but we're renting. So we understand that you can't just be throwing money everywhere on things that might not be permanent. So like I said, with that we'd allow for that, because we understand that it's not every day chuck $1,000 at a picture. That we get it. Sometimes draw it yourself.
Draw yourself.
Sometimes draw it yourself.
Sometimes just become an artist. Look, that's cool.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to say that earlier.
No, that's fine. That's
just going to bring that in. And also, can I just bring one more thing in, like with the whole advice?
Go ahead.
Get yourself someone that's organized, like Listra, like
a manager. I need a manager.
Yeah, like even if you're doing it by yourself, like obviously really key helps you with some of your stuff as well. But like a friend, someone that can just help you just to be organized, because I know that I'm not that person, and that's why we started it. We started in 2020 because I didn't have the motivation to do it before then. So like if you have someone that's just going to help you a little bit to be organized, and also if you're thinking about it as a business, as soon as you start spending money on that business, write down everything that you're spending, please. Like, don't forget, that's really, really important, because you never know, you could blow up in a few months' time, and you want to do that tax return.
Exactly. That's true.
Yeah, like just to start to kind of think about the financial side of it as well, and keep an eye on what you're spending. We've done that since day one, haven't we, Liz? So
I think we've been, well, I was on top of us, making sure. I'm very like specific when it comes to like folders, and Cream has seen one, so we do everything in OneDrive, and Cream has seen the way everything's in folders, everything's in specific positions, so that everything's easy access. Because I think the last thing you want to do is be like, I don't know, a year in, and then you're scrambling to find something that you've done a while ago, and you're like, do you know what I mean? That's not what you don't need that. So if everything's, like Cream was saying, if everything's organized from day dot, there's no issues. You can live on years and come back and everything will be exactly where you left it. So yeah, Cream was not wrong. Organization, I think personally, is a major key. If you're not organized, you better start getting organized. It ain't gonna work.
And I think it's a learning process anyway. Like for me, I was just kind of doing the blog post for that weekend on the week that it needed to be on, whereas Listra will do it 4 weeks in advance, and Listra's like ahead. And we've got content planned like for the next 3 months, 4 months. We kind of always plan content ahead, but Listra will do it ahead, whereas I'll do it like on the week. I'm like, I'm just finishing off the reel for tomorrow. Yeah, I'm making a pavlova now. And she's like, oh, have you not made that already? I'm like, no, I'm just putting the cream on top. Like,
oh my god,
we live on different schedules.
But it's a learning, and I've learned from Listra.
I don't work.
Yeah, it works. It works. I'm just saying, I've learned from Listra the way she's organized to be like, you know what, that's really beneficial. So if you can have someone around you that's organized, that's going to motivate you, it's a really good thing.
I actually wanted to ask, with your Instagram page, who is like the voice of your page, or who, like when you're commenting or messaging, who is the person that's responding, or is it both?
It's both.
Have you been wondering who's
Yeah, because I always like I like, it's weird, I don't even like picture like a specific face on it. I'm just like responding to it, and I'm like, oh wait, I don't even know like which one is responding to me.
I was thinking about the other day, I was like, I don't think they ever got a clue who they're messaging half the time, because I think I posted something today, and like one of Creamer's friends popped up, and they thought it was her, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, what if I've like said something, and then you're probably thinking like, what does that even mean? Like something that Creamer might know.
No, we both have very much access to this. If I see something else, I know it's for Karima, I'll ignore it, and she'll see it eventually. Vice versa. Yeah, it's very much both of us though.
Yeah, like with Instagram, because it's just so organized, like we have set days for posting. So we try to post on the story every day. and we have set days for posting on the story, and then like 3 times a week we post on the feed as well. So yeah, if someone comments or tags us on one of those days, like whoever's day it is will respond.
Yeah, specifically, yeah. To break it down, if anyone posts on Monday, it's me. If it posts on Tuesday, it's Karima. If it's on Wednesday, it's me again. If it's Thursday, Friday, it's also Karima. And then on Saturday, it's me. And then on Sunday, it's probably both of us.
It's both of us.
Yeah, that's the only record thing to break it down, but no one's going to remember that. I think we were even talking about maybe just putting our face to the camera a bit more, so people maybe know it's you. But
That's nerve-wracking though, because I've been thinking about doing that more. Well, I need to do it more on my Instagram. But I think what holds me back actually is like if my hair's not done, or like
if your hair's not done,
I'm like,
what do you
this is
do?
a
What
bit
do you
long,
get
maybe
all
not
these
today.
views and you're like, you're judging me. I know you're judging me. I know you're looking at me.
yeah, it's just like, yeah, maybe not today, maybe tomorrow.
You did it the other day though, I think. When
I did do it once when I was just like, I just didn't care. Yeah, I was literally in my dressing gown, like wrapped up on the sofa, like, hey guys, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I think it's just kind of, yeah, I think that was good because I didn't care, like, who saw it, what people thought, like, what I looked like. I had, like, baby hairs flying, everything. And I was just like, I don't even care, I'm going to post it. So I think I just need to, like, keep telling myself, just do it, just do it. Because it only lasts 24 hours and it's gone and everyone's forgotten and moved on, so...
It's true. It's true. Do you know what? Look at that. You've even inspired me. It's only 24 hours. Not everyone cares that much. They probably swipe past it. So yeah.
And they'll tap it once and that'll be it. So it's fine.
Probably not even put the volume on. So yeah.
I think it is a fine balance though, because like obviously it's not your personal Instagram page, so you're not going to be posting up selfies. But I mean, not that I would do that anyway on my own Instagram. But at the same time, I do think people want to see like the face behind the business. It is like a more of a personal touch when you kind of speak to your audience, and we do find that like people seem to quite like when we engage with them and like when we do polls and stuff like that. So yeah, I think
I love
we've all got that on it, girls. We've got to do it.
It's true. There we go. We can all motivate each other by facing more 12 rounds.
Your hair looks nice now. How about after this video is finished, you do a little...
I should.
I actually should.
A little sneak peek. There we go, sorted.
Yeah.
I should. I will. I'll do that just for you guys. And I'll tag you.
All right.
No, I have to. Now I've said it. It's on the video.
Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully you don't have to put a disclaimer at the end saying she never did it.
When it's uploaded, yeah, it doesn't happen. No, that's cool. Yeah, so the final thing I'd like to ask you guys is, so the question is, how has the careerdemic affected you? So last year, 2020, how did seeing all these creatives just pop out, like so many new creatives just popped out of nowhere, or like businesses were popping up, how did seeing all of that happening on the social, how did that affect you guys?
Well, I mean, personally for me, it's motivational. I think it's lovely to see. It's lovely to see because I think even though everyone has their 9-to-5s and all that jazz, I think nearly everyone has a personal passion, something that they love, and they might just be doing secretly, but like to actually put it on social media and do it and put it out there for everyone, I think takes a lot of confidence. And yeah, definitely motivational. I've loved seeing. That's why I think even on Instagram we try and promote every time. I don't know, one of our friends will do something, we'll try and make sure we repost it and make sure that we can use our platform to support all these other little businesses, because I think we've all got to work together and just kind of help each other boost, because it's great to see. I'm like personally, I'm loving it. I'm living for everyone else's content for our Instagram as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. I think it's been good. Like we've met some really nice, I wouldn't say met, like over social media, we've engaged with some really nice,
great word.
Yeah, there you go. Really nice Instagrammers, and some have quite a large following, and they've just been so kind and like commented on our posts and said that they really like certain things, you know, putting us in their stories and stuff.
Networking,
yeah, and it's a small thing, but it means a lot because it just means that someone actually likes what you're doing. So Key's making you laugh.
Sorry. Carry, okay. Some music just burst out.
So yeah, like it's. I just think that I'm not saying like all of social media is like that, but people just seem to be really supportive and
Yeah. Instagram, yeah.
we
No, I
want to
think
support
it's
others
good.
as well. So that's why
Yeah.
like we have the Feature Friday on our story, where we try and feature like small businesses or sometimes larger ones. If we like something that they're doing, we kind of promote them. So yeah, even though we've not got a massive following at the moment, like it's still showing the support for other creatives. And yeah, like she said, it's just really motivational to see, and it kind of inspires us to kind of keep on going with our content, because this is a great opportunity to take. This is a good time to do it. So let's not waste that time.
Yeah. I think there's it again.
I think being on social media and seeing it from a business aspect as well makes you realize how far like a simple comment or a like or a share or a save can actually make a world of difference. It's funny being on this side, because when I had my personal Instagram, as I do, I mean, I might like, but I will rarely comment. I just kind of, we just scroll for banter at this rate. But being on the other side, yeah. But like when you're on the other side, you realize how important it is to comment and engage with other content creators, because obviously we don't see the algorithm, but it makes such a huge difference. So I think by networking and by engaging with other businesses, you'll have the same mindset and you want to support each other, and we do it happily.
I think it's good because I feel like everyone has something different to bring to the table. Because there's a lot of businesses, and there's a lot of, I don't want to say similar, but say for example, like making earrings, or photographers, or I don't know, what else is something that's popping at the moment? Just people like doing similar things, but what's cool is that each person is completely different, and that's because they're individuals. So as long as they're not copying people, but if people are just like like when it's just like you being creative and you're just designing and making things yourself, people are more likely want to follow you and support you, because it's like they can see that it's coming from you and it's like coming from your heart, like you love it and it's really passionate. So I think that makes a big difference.
That's such a good point. Like, just to add to that, I think there was a period of time where everyone was making a photography page, and I asked myself, why is everyone making a photography page? Should I make a photography page? I only have my fix. I can't make a photography page because the pictures are going to be rubbish. But now I'm like on the other side, doing something creatively. I'm just like, you know what? Do it. Like, let's not ask questions. Let's not ask.
The market's it's never too saturated. You might think it is.
I think so. Yeah.
The market is never too
saturated. Yeah, it's never too saturated. Yeah. And
I think
funnily enough.
Yeah. Because I wasn't in that space, I just wondered like, oh, how come everyone's got a photography page? I wonder why. Like, photography is really popular at the moment. But I'm just like, you know what? That's their creative outlet. They're really enjoying it. Like, let's just support that. Let's comment on their stuff. Let's like their stuff. Let's like share their stuff. So I think that's cool. And I think also just seeing certain people's Instagram and kind of how they've grown since the beginning of 2020 to now. There's so much growth in like the quality of their content, the quality of their pictures, the regularity of their posts. And I think that's another very inspiring thing during the creative-demic, just to kind of see the growth and the focus that people have put in, and the time is like paying off. So yeah,
you get what you get back what you put out. It takes time. It takes good time, and it will be worth it in the end, but it does take time. But enjoy it. Do what you gotta do. But yeah, and I think everyone's rubs off very well on each other. I think it makes a huge difference to have everyone on social media.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, guys, for coming on. It's been a really nice conversation. I've actually learned a lot. There's a lot of things that you mentioned that I didn't even know, especially the website thing, so I want to look into that. But I'll link all your information in the description bar below so everyone can follow you guys. And yeah, I mean, people who follow me would have seen like me posting about you guys anyway, because your stuff is really cool. So Yeah.
Thank you. And keep doing what you're doing. Like
and
that's
your
why
stuff.
that's why you are our feature Friday, because people are probably thinking, oh, how can you not feature like the photography? But look at your wall. Like the photography on that wall is stunning.
Yeah. And your new logo. Love your new logo.
Thank you.
Can't go wrong with
Yeah,
it.
the logo is lovely as well.
So look at that. Creatives
We-
everywhere.
We branding. We doing gallery walls 2021.
Yeah.
He said, I'm ready.
2021 is going to be a fun year. I think for a lot of people, like everyone that started new things last year, I think this year is where it's really going to get pushed. So it's exciting to see.
We'll be in touch, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Stay safe, guys. Bye.
So, bye.
Okay.
Eyelash come off.
Key, do you want to say hi?
Hi guys. Sometimes I go to bed with a snood on. I love it. Yes. Yes, Callie.
Oh man,
Well, that's it then.
that's it. That was fun.
That's a wrap.
Hello, friend.